Hi, I'm Ashura, and today I am finally finishing the last part of Ardenweald's story in the leveling experience. So up until this point, I've been taking you guys through Ardenweald's story exclusively on Alpha. And I never finished it. I still have 2 more storylines. And Shadowlands is live now. So I just thought I would do it on live. So same old, same routine. We'll go through, we'll read all the quests, listen to all the NPCs, and we'll skip all the boring stuff, like me killing mobs and potentially dying because I don't know what I'm doing. Funnily enough, okay, so I've watched the cinematic at the end of this, but I don't actually know how this zone ends, despite having played Shadowlands and Alpha stages. So this is kind of all fresh reaction. First time going through this. So we're gonna get started on saving a wild seed.
In nature, all are one.
With all of the anima you recovered from Tirnanak, it is only a matter of time before my grove becomes the target of every anima-seeking enemy of Ardenweald. I hope Dreamweaver knows what he is doing with this ritual. Proceed quickly. Speak with Dreamweaver and see what needs to be done to aid the spirit within the wild seed. Your efforts at Tirnanak have enraged the Drust. Those creatures of decay and destruction swell at our borders, and already they pierce our defenses. Now we see their real faces and know the true nature of our foe. Strike at them. It will buy us time for you to conduct Dreamweaver's ritual. Where she appears, decay follows.
The darkness must wane.
Need anything?
You ready to begin preparing for the ritual? Wonderful! I'm also ready!
Take care.
Now that we have the anima we need, we must attune the heart of Tirnanak to the shrines of Hibernal Hollow. Then we can bring the wild seed's nightmares into the light and dispel them. Take the heart to the shrines just outside of Hibernal Hollow, in the Dream Shrine Basin. Then bring the heart back to the wild seed to complete the preparations for the ritual. But be careful. Minions of the Drust seem to be amassing near the grove. Anima expulsion. Expel anima from the heart. Okay. The Drust attacked so quickly! They captured some of the spirit tenders of this grove. It's not an easy job to do, between the drought and monsters and everything. I should know. Please, see if you can get them out of whatever terrible magic those invaders have cast on them.
More Drust will surely attack us soon. Please, hurry.
I'm on it. It's actually really interesting. Oh, I just noticed this! Anyway. It's actually really interesting seeing how much this zone has changed from Alpha. Not this part, obviously, because I never did it, but like, there's a lot of text, and obviously if you've watched this series and then played Ardenweald, or the other way around, you probably know what I'm talking about. But, I guess we're here for story, right? So it's worth pointing out that in the original versions, wild seeds are like named after they have their first anima infusion. Oh, wait, I don't want to miss this. But they removed that, so the wild seed technically never got a name. That's mostly it. Like, there's other small changes, but...
I've seen spirits have nightmares before, but nothing like this. The trauma this one must have been through.
I'm saying nothing.
Well, it's pretty
I am
clear
out of
that this
range.
spirit won't dream peacefully until we confront what haunts it.
I guess So, we didn't technically name the wild seed, at least not officially, but it's interesting to see, like, that it's still kind of left over, like, we're still, like, Dreamer's wild seed, like, Dreamer was the name for this wild seed. Okay.
Dreams are beautiful things.
Tell me more about the ritual. This ritual is meant to help restless spirits contend with the troubles that keep them from recovering their strength. I have a sense that this spirit, the one so attached to you, has been through a great trial in their life. I hope that we can bring her back into a peaceful slumber.
Be at peace.
That's a funny joke. Peaceful slumber. Okay. Those just really are cruel to us, Fae. Those spirit tenders were just trying to do their job. Thank you for helping them.
Good. All that's left is to begin the ritual.
I'm scared!
Ardenweald needs your strength.
This is just the beginning of their attack, but it is still a heavy blow dealt to them. Thank you.
Night embrace.
I speak for the spirits.
You're a natural at this. Now we can bring the spirit's nightmares into the open and deal with them directly. If we succeed, she will be so much more at peace.
Dream on.
The spirit within the wild seed dreams of her birth and youth in the primordial days of her world. Go to the first dream shrine outside of Hibernal Hollow. Meditate at the shrine and soothe this vision of how her life began. Grapple with the spirit's vision of their origin?
The nightmares may not be real, but they can still hurt you. Be careful.
I'm very familiar with this. It's really funny. I'm like, yes, I've been through the nightmare. I sense that in the spirit's vision, she struggles with the memory of a betrayal that is truly profound. Someone as close to her as a brother turned to an enemy. Go to the second dream shrine in the basin and help vanquish the pain of this nightmare.
Float on the wind.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was like, is she having an existential crisis? Honestly, if I ended up as a wild seed in the afterlife, I would. No, why are there still mobs here? This wasn't what I bargained for.
Dreams of her past, of the events that shaped all others to come.
Ooh. Sister, friend. Alright, so we got Alexstrasza, Nosdormu, Malygos. Wait, do they...
Life endures. The balance must be maintained. The red dragonflight will protect this world.
What brings you here? Peace be with you.
Okay.
I shall tear this world apart!
A dear friend's betrayal. A pain that never fades.
That's a Ranicus? What? I miss you, my love. We will be together again in the dream one day, but not because she's not in the dream! Oh my god. Bruh. You know how So in the Ardenweald Covenant campaign, you have to go back to Alexstrasza, and I was sad about Corialstraz. Wow. This dude sacrificed himself in Storm Rage. Oh, this makes me so sad. Especially knowing, like, what happens, and I won't spoil it, but oh my god. I mean, you've probably already done it at this point, like... This expansion's been out for a week. Failure? Corruption? Desertion? The unknown. Oh, so I wonder if those are like her fears specifically. Abandoned whelp shakes off its fear? The extinction? Valid. Extremely valid. Honestly, I like how all the zones adopted. Dear friend!
Hail to the night.
My beloved made the right choice when she tried to save you. I grieve for the way it ended. The dream will never be the same. Ugh.
The goddess gives me strength.
My friend, I mourn your loss and the part that I had to play in it. I hope that this is not the end. Wow!
The Kaldori will endure.
Since they aren't actually here, I wonder, like, if this is... I mean, I assume this is how they actually feel, but I wonder if this is, like, is this something she's telling herself? Not friend. Okay. You were the mother that walked the path of the dream with me. You taught me so much. The world needs you. Oh, he would be here, wouldn't he? Chillin'? Wouldn't you? Where are you?
What would you ask of me?
Mother, if only you were here with me. Our kin still have hope, but we struggle without you. I need your guidance. Food? I realize I'm a dragon, and so yes, a stag would be food, but like, there's so much going on, and I don't even... I'm so overwhelmed by like... I want to see if there's any more. I just love that all these stags are called food. That must be as far as it goes. I love everything about this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so why are these not friends? Because they're all proto- they like- she was a proto-dragon once upon a time. Oh my god, I can't get over this! I'm assuming this is Marithra of the Dream, who was in AQ40 as a quest giver, and then has been in recent content since then that for some reason I don't remember, even though it was extremely recent. Oh man.
Welcome.
We all start somewhere, sometimes in unexpected places. Me, I just popped out of the ground like a flower.
I embrace you.
To have an old friend turn against you in the most terrible way. How very painful. But we are so close now to soothing the spirit within the wild seed. The time has come. The ritual will be complete when you have fully entered into the spirit's dreams. It will be as if you are her in every aspect. Nice wordplay. Okay. She relives the moment of her death over and over again. It torments her. Something about how she ended. She had no control over her actions. She hurt the ones she loved. Speak to me when you're ready to immerse yourself in her nightmare of the end.
It's time. Enter the spirit's nightmare and bring her peace. Enjoy.
I don't... The cinematic's actually really hard to watch. Oh, heck! I get to do this from her perspective?
It begins again. The pain and agony. The madness beyond measure.
Heck yeah! Ysera is here to steal your hearts and defend the temple.
Forgive me, children. My actions, they are not my own.
I must abandon my beloved and subdue the most beautiful creature I have ever known.
This is your end, mortals! The dream is undone!
Not while I still draw breath.
I assume I'm supposed to fail this objective since she dies.
Are you truly lost, Ysera? After all we have built, all we have done!
Do what you must, dear friend. It is the only way.
By the light of Elune, we will end this madness!
My time draws near. I feel her embrace.
Normally I cancel these cinematics since I've already seen them, but we're going through this for the story, right? So I'm just gonna... I can't! God, seeing Sharonda before the Night Warrior is so weird now. Okay.
How can I help?
What a terrible end for such a majestic spirit. But that was why she was connected with you, because you're of the same world, Azeroth. Now I can finally feel her nightmares wane. At last, she knows some peace. Thank you, my friend.
Hey! Everyone listen! We're not the only ones who witnessed that nightmare. The Drust are approaching as we speak.
What can I do for you?
That dream! With the teeth and the claws and the heart-wrenching sacrifice? Moonberry chokes up for a moment, then collects herself. Same! Sorry. While we were in Dreamland, possessed spies have snuck into Hibernal Hollow. They must be hunted down and slain before they can report back on the Grove's defenses. Here, borrow a bit of my magic. Seek out the ones hidden in the shadows and smite them.
What fun you're about to have.
Eyes of the Forest, able to detect hidden spies around Hibernal Hollow.
Welcome to my grove.
Our enemies close in swiftly, Ashura. We must sound the call to defend the grove. Use this horn to call upon our protectors. Summon the wild hunt to slay those who would attack us.
For Queen, take the horn. Sound the call and summon the hunt.
Droman's hunting horn, an ancient wooden horn. Alright, let's do this! Woo!
The hunt did not heed the call. That does not bode well.
Well, the hunt have mostly been twisted, in a sense, by the Drust, right? Like, we found that out at Glittering Basin. Unless somehow something else has happened? Oh, Queen's Bow, Wild Hunt Nightblade, Wild Hunt Swift Hoof. So maybe it's the specific direction they're coming from? I was like seeing what like RPG classes they come up with for NPCs. Like the Void Elves in a Silvermoon or something, like the Rift Striders. I don't know, it's interesting. Alright, so we got all of them except for from the west. The west, this big unexplored bit of map where something is happening. Alright.
I need to target something first.
There's kind of a clever parallel to be drawn there. Ysera didn't exactly have control of her actions when she died. And all of these poor Silver controlled by the Drusty boys. Same thing.
All are one.
These Drust are bold to send spies into my grove. Very bold and very foolish.
The darkness must wane.
The Wild Hunt rides to our aid, but not from the west? That is where Hunt Captain Crane was tracking a dangerous foe. She and her hunting party must have been waylaid. I told you! I told you! The Wild Hunt has answered the call to defend us, except for Hunt Captain Crane and her forces. She had led her hunting party to the west, on the trail of a powerful foe. They may have encountered trouble. Find her, and provide whatever aid she requires. We need her hunters and her leadership if our defenses are to hold.
Ardenweald.
I assume she was hunting down Lorcron, since we didn't actually kill him during that quest. The Path of Rebirth.
I see your hunt goes well, mortal.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What is it?
These Drust thought to send a force to strike us from behind. Crane smirks. Your call brought my fellow huntsmen and huntresses to reinforce us. Get wrecked. Our foes were the ones caught by surprise. Lorcron is here. I tracked him all the way from the Glittering Falls. Then I saw the Drust try to flank our forces. I'd say they were rather surprised that we turned the tables against them. Karain's smile is fierce. She lifts her weapon and her voice to address all present. Huntsmen and huntresses, with me! We ride to defend the grove, take no prisoners and leave none standing.
Glory to the Wild Hunt. Wild Hunt! With me! For Ardenweald!
I have a bad feeling. Or can I could just turn in the quest. Okay, I was like, are we about to get waylaid by Lorcron? Though I have a feeling he will show up at some point. Oh. Naya! My love!
How can I help?
Swift of hoof, quickened by Naya, increasing haste by 25% and movement speed by 50%. Oh, interesting. They all have specific... Okay.
Welcome to my grove.
This attack! It is like they are being driven. This is where we make our stand. The Drust and their minions have us nearly overrun, but we will not let them destroy Hybern Hollow, nor will they take our anima or our wild seeds. Fight with us. Let us drive them out.
For Queen and Grove.
20 attackers slain, okay.
A great danger looms. Come to me, and together we will face it.
We shall not let his grove fall. The Queen entrusted me with the safety of Hybern Hollow and all the spirits within. We cannot fail.
Their anima will feed our victory. Leave their huts to rot.
Lorcron and Foliar the Destroyer. I'm intrigued by the fact that the Drust's name is Jar? Okay, I assume it's not Jar. Because I guess Gorak Tool, right?
The wild seed! It's being hurt!
No! Don't say that!
Before we lose her.
Alio, look! Oh no! The wild seed! I no longer sense its dreams.
Unless we save her soon, she will be lost forever.
Well, as I was saying, I assume Gorak is a type of title for the Drust. Anywho, moving on.
In nature, all are one.
We have won the battle, but I fear we may have lost Ysera.
For Queen and Grove.
Be
You could
gentle.
probably use a little help,
She's
huh?
almost gone.
We have lost so much, and this one is special. Moonberry looks at you resolute. Her voice is strangely formal, her manner commanding. Come, Ashura, We will carry her on the path of rebirth and entreat the queen to save her. Hurry and make preparations. We have little time.
Such witty repartee.
We must get Ysera's wild seed to the queen. It's our only hope.
I once said that your voice is but one bird singing in the night. Please. Well, I think it's time we all sang with you.
I have the music turned off, but 100% Night Song is totally playing right now, isn't it? Oh my god, look at them all come together! Ah, people said the end of the zone was really emotional, and I'm like, this is a lot. Wow. Even knowing what happens. Ysera! I like how he came to Ardenweald to warn the Winter Queen. Like, here's the message from the Primus of Maldraxxus, and then it turned into, hey, wait, can you help with this dragon from my world? Wow. Oh, quest, so tempting. And they all just gather? I never got much further in the Ardenweald campaign than what I did, because when I was doing it, part 5 had bugged out so you couldn't complete it, but in the beginning of part 5 you actually get to like see a mob, one of the wild seeds basically get like resurrected on their world, and I think it happens here. But I'm intrigued by this being called the Path of Rebirth, because it sounds like this might be ritualistic. And they all come here. Oh, my heart is not ready.
Moonberry, here to play more tricks? Or are serious matters at hand?
Matters most serious, I'm afraid. Lord Hearn, we request an audience with the Winter Queen.
The Queen has all manner of decisions to make, none of them easy. We can't save every wild seed, but sometimes we have to try. Ursa. Okay.
My oath is to the forest entire.
Well met, stranger. You arrive in interesting times. Hearn snorts a laugh, and with equally interesting company. I actually want to see.
Our prey
what do
beware.
you say?
What do you fight for?
So many have been lost. So many have died. Erelon trails off into silent contemplation.
You have need of a huntress?
The Drust grow bolder with every attack. How many more friends must we strike down before this is done?
Good hunting.
Ah.
Ardenweald needs your
I lost
strength.
one home to an invading army. I will not lose another. I can click on Ysera. Ysera's spirit is weak and strains to reach you. She is fading.
We stalk the moonless night.
Much of the Queen's focus is centered on the Grove of Awakening, where rejuvenated spirits emerge from their wild seeds and return to the worlds. That's what I was talking about. Perhaps it is fitting you carry a wounded spirit with you. Lord Hearn studies Ysera's wild seed for a moment before a slow grin spreads across his face. This one fights with all of her being. Even now she clings to existence. Come, stranger. Let us see what fate the queen will decree for this one. Alright, Could you imagine going through this whole zone and she's like, nah. Oh. No, the cinematic didn't play. Hold up.
Help us.
This is of my sister. Why have you brought it to me?
This one is slipping away.
Our duty is grim. Many have been lost. Why would I save her pet?
Those who have dreamed by its side awaken with a joy and peace that whispers of wonder. If she dies, then all that is Emerald dies with her.
Some must be sacrificed, but some must be saved. If we forget that, all that will remain will be empty shells and sorrow.
Okay.
The drought beleaguers us all.
The Winter Queen turns her gaze upon you. How curious to see someone like you in my forest.
I awaken once again, but in a world not my own.
You are reborn in Ardenweald, child of dreams. To this realm are you bound, and you will share its fate.
Okay.
Speak, and the forest shall listen.
My court informs me that you bear an important message. You may now deliver. She's so straightforward. I love her.
Ardenweald would hear your plea.
The queen observes the message from the
My
premise.
old friend, after countless ages, our worst fears have come to pass. If the Banished One stirs, then we face a danger even more grave than this crippling drought. Come, mortal, join me at my court, and stand before the heart of the forest. There we shall speak further.
Alright.
What do you fight for?
I don't really want to speculate about it too much, because it's been a big thing lately where people are like, okay, so is her sister Eonar or is her sister Lune? And I have come to the conclusion, I have no idea. Because it could 100% be either of them. And I've seen very compelling evidence for both, for why they would make sense and why they wouldn't make sense. And I don't really want to lay it out. Like, it's easy. You'll find it. It's all out there. It exists. But I couldn't tell you. Like, this morning I would have answered something different than I would now. It's just, for a while there, I was squarely in the Eonar camp because I was like, all right, if we're not taking sister as like a literal term here, because someone pointed out to me that all of the Covenant leaders refer to each other as brother and sister, then like Eonar is essentially her opposite in a way. The Emerald Dream is her realm. The realm of the living, although it's not strictly Ardenweald's opposite, it is connected to Ardenweald. And then Eonar is, you know, the Titan of Life, whereas the Winter Queen, well, technically, you know, a being of life is a being of life in the underworld. And so as opposites, it made sense to me to be like, oh yeah, like, she'd refer to her as her sister. Especially since it's been pointed out that the Pantheon of the Dead and the Titan Pantheon mirror each other in a way. But there's a lot of compelling evidence for why Lune would also be her sister. To paraphrase this really quickly, essentially Lune's connection kind of to the overall plot, like Tyrande appears in the Ardenweald Covenant campaign, the fact that we don't really know much about Lune, so she's kind of easy to shoehorn in that spot and be like, oh yeah, okay, well she could totally be the Winter Queen's sister. Her connection to Ysera, to the Night Elves in general. There's a lot to lay out there, to be honest. We'll find out. I mean, we'll see. Yes! I'm so excited.
I have seen your dreams.
This place is new, and yet I feel almost as if I have been here before. This was her flavored dialogue in the Ardenweald Covenant campaign. And I remember seeing that and flipping out because I was like, bruh, does that mean she's died before? I feel that so much has happened in my absence. It will take time for me to be myself again, if that is even possible. Thank you, Ashura, for saving me.
Every dream has its nightmare, and every nightmare I feel a profound connection to this realm. And yet, in my dreams, I still soar above Azeroth.
You are bound to the Queen, and to Ardenweald, just as I am. Yet I envy your dreams of home.
The longing in your voice speaks of loss.
My world was shattered beneath the hammer of the Burning Legion. There is nothing left but ashes. Now this forest is my home, as it is meant to be. We serve the cycle, and the Queen guides us.
But Ardenweald, too, is under threat. I see many shadows tearing at its fringes, clawing their way in.
Aye. Though with your help, we will drive them back. Of this, I am certain.
Thank you, Alioth. I welcome your counsel, and your friendship.
So much has happened in the last 2 storylines of this zone, I don't even know where to start.
We are no
yes, Your Majesty.
strangers to differ. The heart of the forest is vital to Ardenweald, and to the protection of the realms beyond. Long ago, we drew upon its magic to ensure the moor would be inescapable, that the Banished One would remain forever bound. The drought has caused the heart to wither. Its strength must be bolstered. Though we have precious little anima to save our waning groves. An impossible choice. Yet one that must be made for the good of the cycle.
That's interesting. Drew upon the magic of the heart of the forest to ensure the maw would be escapable. But why this specifically, unless there are things in the other covenants we haven't discovered yet that also serve essentially the same purpose? Which they have to, right? Because it's these 4 covenants. I remember someone pointing out that the jailer is imprisoned by like 8 chains, so the idea was 2 per covenant, which would make sense. Like, I don't think it's deliberate symbolism per se, but I think the metaphor of that could be significant in that it is something in these covenants, in these realms, that keep him trapped beyond just the covenant leaders were like, we're gonna imprison him somehow. I mean, you need lock and key rather than just throwing him in there and calling it a day. So I wonder if it's just the heart or if there's something in the other realms. Essentially, that's it.
I grant you an audience, mortal.
The Banished One stirs and Ardenweald's power withers in drought. Dire portents indeed. I have used what little anima we possess to save our groves and the spirits they nurture. So many were lost, all as the heart of the forest grew ever weaker. Keeping the Banished One bound within the maw will require more anima than Ardenweald can spare. The Queen considers for a moment. Sire Denathrius is a master of anima extraction. Journey to Revendreth and inform him of our plight. I know he will lend us his aid. Your allies in Oribos can open the way. I guess the way this is phrased, keeping the Banished One bound within the maw will require more anima than Ardenweald can spare, does kind of make it sound like it's only the heart of Azeroth. That's not what I meant. The heart of the forest. Oh no. So many cursed thoughts.
Your path leads onward, mortal. Know that you have gained an ally in me, and in Ardenweald.
Alright. Well, as that is technically the end of the zone, I'll finish this here. And that's it! That's the whole Ardenweald leveling experience. From start to finish. Pretty loaded. And there's a lot to sift through there. But we don't need to go over it in this video, because this was for Ardenweald's story, and we've done that. So until next time, whatever it is you see next, probably Covenant campaigns, though I have been working on story playthroughs for some classic zones. I'll be here in the Shadowlands, so it is so okay. Thank you for joining me throughout this whole entire zone. Until next time, this is Ardenweald.